I don't think until you get an icon athlete to come talk about this specifically will ever trickle down, because you got parents that look at, say, Kobe Bryant or LeBron James, great basketball players, and they are trying to get their son to be just as productive. And I think that's what caused overusage, because you work so hard at one thing to get better, but in actuality, you're actually hurting the player. So I'm not sure if that would be contradicting itself or not, but I guess they should still try.
Well, it's the same thing as the rookie symposium in the NFL does. I mean, there's a lot of great information being shared at the rookie symposium. The only problem is the people who are listening are the ones who probably don't want to hear it or don't need to hear it. The guy who needs to hear it is the one who's sleeping because he has to be there, but he doesn't. I mean, I've sat in a number of those meetings, and those folks that raise their hand and interact, they don't need those classes. They don't need those instructional sessions as much as the guy who couldn't care less. But if you could just wake them up, be like, hey man, you're the person, you're the reason why we're here. I'm not back on how you do that, but we're not going to be able to solve everything with systems and best practices. But I don't think that's an excuse not to have it.
Well, as a coach like this, we say our willingness to pay attention. For example, who all knows where the fire hydrant is located? Exactly. If there's a fire, I bet you wish you knew. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the same thing for athletes. If I know early on how to prevent a sprained ankle, I would be less likely to get it because now I know how to prevent such a situation,
I just want to say, I think it touches on a very important point in this country, that where we differ radically from, say, Europe. To be a coach in this country, it doesn't require any specific training. So I was a soccer coach. Our oldest daughter's team when she was like 6. And I was teaching kids how to play soccer. I'd never even seen soccer before. I'm sure I taught more technique. I'm sure of it. And that happens across the country. And so there is a movement to, with the USOC, with this organization called Shape America, which overlooks all the physical educators in grade school and high school, with the National Federation of State High School Associations and the NCAA, to see if there's a way to really take coaching education to a different level. So we are addressing things that you're talking about now. And so I see both sides of the story. The NCAA has to set up the best practices. We have to be a model of excellence. But we are purposely forming bridges with youth sport because we see what's happening. And in fact, it's true. Kids arrive in college, or we did a very, very specific tennis study for the kids that arrived at a training camp at USTA. 75% of them, their technique had to be changed when they arrived. So it's a problem, but it's a larger problem about why is it in this country, to be a teacher, you have to have rigorous training, but to be a coach, you just have to hold up a sign and say, I'm a coach. So that's a question we have to wrestle with as well.
I want to make sure